I'll go.
I'm cultivating these fire.
And welcome back to the
Mm-hmm.
first episode of the Midweek Review. And
Yeah.
as we reach the turn of the century,
Mm, 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 mm.
which is almost like a
Oh,
little pre-show, we'll like organize the thoughts there, but also reduce the workload on the weekend.
That is correct.
It's real weird, kind of jamming out on a school night there, champions. But
It is.
hmm.
It is. I
I
didn't
think
even
this is
get to
like,
watch She-Hulk. I didn't get to watch Mike. Nothing.
yeah, me neither. This is taking place of that. I got to get up real early tomorrow. See
Mm,
my friend at the mechanics to bend me over and
bullshit. You
yeah.
paid that money already. These fucks got to pay.
Jesus. You know what I like most? The price.
Bill Duke is the best bad guy ever.
Badly. I think Bill Duke just kills most of his O's with like 80% of his voice.
Yeah. And probably breath stinked.
Jesus.
Just the dirtiest fucking breath the whole time.
Gee. You know the breath in the Predator was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was just humping around in the bloody jungle,
fucking hell.
just not
Fucking breath
washing.
breath smelled like fucking rotten fish and regrets.
Yeah, breath stank, but damn, that those shave was just like close.
I had moisturizer out in the jungle.
Hardly.
All right. So kicking it off there. So the Crow reboot has now moved to the brand new spanking studios in Germany, the Penzing Studios.
Hmm.
So this is one of the first productions that's gonna roll up there, which is pretty cool. I'm just amazed we're actually getting this reboot after years and years of fuckery. David F. Sandberg came through and he was like, just because Shazam 2 is delayed doesn't mean that it's being retooled. So don't expect anything to change that hasn't already. Harry Styles, there was footage of him spitting on Chris Pine. Apparently, it has been confirmed by Chris Pine's publicist that it was no spit, and Harry is a swallower.
I was just
Uh,
gonna say. Pause.
beat, beat me by 1 second. Leia Sadu from who played Madeline in the James Bond movies said she'd return to Bond. And I asked the question, the fuck for? Your time is over.
I know. You are fake news.
take
You're a loser.
take a quantum of solace in the fact that you actually you're in there. You know what I mean? And I think what's really really cool and getting me excited pause is that the game development team behind The Last of Us Part One um, development is actually excited about the series and saying that they're getting the aesthetics right, which is dope.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's kind of what you
Thank
want.
God.
Yeah. From that small snippet we got, it looks like they're following the same color palette and fucking everything.
Yeah,
Even down to like clothes, all that shit.
yeah.
Mm.
I like it.
Same.
Yeah. Replaying that part one.
Mm.
It's actually like really really good to see what they've done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually hanging to play it. Ever since I seen the trailer, I was like, do I ransack the PS5 and put it in the lounge?
I don't know
But
why you
but
don't.
no, no, not
Not
while
this time.
I've had
Next
too
time.
many TVs taken away from me.
So moving into our casting. So we have Nick Cage as well as Joel Kinnaman, and they're set for Yuval Adler's new film Sympathy for the Devil. So Kinnaman's going to play just the driver, but he finds himself in like this high stakes game of cat and mouse when he's being forced to drive for this mysterious man known as the passenger, who's played by Cage. But I'm seriously fucking hoping that Cage just has like it's Crazy Cage in there a little bit.
Mm.
Just give me a little bit of Crazy Cage.
Yeah, he's almost got to be like Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
Yeah. or like he is in bloody Werewolf Women of the SS. You know, he's Fu Manchu. Like that
Yeah.
level of crazy is acceptable for Cage now because
Yeah, I think,
everyone's expecting it.
yeah.
You know he's going to switch it up soon.
If he goes into like full on dramas or musicals, I'm not mad at that.
He's going to switch it up soon. He knows that people expect him to go crazy now, right? So
True.
Cage is going to become really, really subdued and just quiet and do those sort of performances, and then start winning Oscars again.
Yeah. I mean, the man's due for an Oscar, really.
Well, he nearly won one with Pig, which I watched, and
Yeah.
I didn't think it was too bad.
Pig was all right. It
Yeah.
wasn't the John Wick explosive actioner that everyone thought it was going to be,
I never thought it was going to be that though.
but the use of cooking in that movie as like the thing, the meditative thing
Yeah.
that helps him is beautiful. I like that shit.
Yeah, true. I want to see that. Fucking, what's that movie called? Thingy, Ghostland or whatever it's called. Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Yeah, I want to watch that too.
With the dick explosives.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All explosives, to be honest. All right, so Kiernan Shipka is best known as Betty Draper in Mad Men, which I haven't watched.
Me neither.
Yeah, I think I watched like 4 episodes, but that was it. She's been cast in The Rock's Amazon project. That's that actiony
Four
not
quadrant.
Hollywood, bloody holiday movie. It's like the Griswolds meets John Wick. You know what I God. But yeah, Red
Sadie's-
One is going to produce that one, and yeah, Jake Kasdan is directing.
It's big. Jake Kasdan. Running off
Jumanji, man.
that Jumanji fumes. Know what I mean?
He's still trying to spend that Jumanji money.
I will
What's
help
that
you,
schmalk?
Jake. So Sadie Sink has joined Berlin Nobody. This one is about a father that is an American expat in Germany. He's studying the occult. Then his daughter gets mixed up with a mysterious boy, and then he goes down some wormhole, like existential crisis type shit. And I bet you she's part of a cult by the end of it. But yeah, I like this chick. She's cool in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Did a lot of the dramatic heavy lifting in that last season.
It was basically her season. The fuck
really
did Eleven do that whole season?
You know, training things.
Badly.
She was tanked.
So we got Jodie Turner Smith is going to be joining the casting for Star Wars: The Acolyte. So the last time we spoke about this was fucking May, and it seems it must be moving mad slow because it's only her and still that Amanda Stenberg lady who are only reported as cast for this just yet, and Stenberg's the lead. But this is the one based in the High Republic, which is meant to be set 100 to 300 years before the Skywalker saga, and this is meant to detail the end of that era. So this all sounds fucking cool. But thinking, they're expecting to begin production in fall in London very soon. I am excited.
Maybe all the co-stars will be part of the volume. So they won't have to cast anyone.
They've just taken excerpts from every single other fucking Star Wars movie and thrown them in. Just see Benny Safdie for 8 hours.
Just hanging.
That's where he went. That's where he disappeared to after that first episode of Obi-Wan. They just got him strung up the whole time.
Just went back in time.
I for real thought that Safdie was autistic for real after Good Times.
Real talk. Real fucking talk. Like when I
Yeah.
see
Oh, God.
him in something else,
Yeah.
and I was like, does his brother just give him the credit, like as like the little charity piece?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like my brother did it with me. Like your fucking brother can't get out of that wheelchair, you know?
Fuck. All right, so Catherine Keener. Where is Catherine Keener from?
She's from Being John Malkovich. Kind of sexy in Being John Malkovich. She's
Yeah,
also,
she's the mother in what's his face? Get Out.
yeah, and
Yeah,
the villain in Adam Project.
yeah, and
Yeah,
American Horror Story
yeah.
as well. Yeah, she's been cast in Joker 2. Folly Adieu. You feel like you have to do that every time.
Yeah. Or like click your heels or some shit.
Yeah.
Prince Boo Boo.
Anna Kendrick is going to star, direct in her first, feature film and produce The Dating Game. This one's based on a true story. This is about that dating game contestant that picked the winner, and the
Yeah.
guy ended up being a serial killer.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was wild shit.
Yeah.
That's it for casting news.
Yeah. Now on that, so Paul Schrader, after making his fucking comeback in 2017 with First Reformed with Ethan Hawke, he's got his next film coming out, Master Gardener, with The Edge in there. So this is the one where the Edge goes into witness protection after turning on some of his white supremacist friends. But then, he falls in love with like this half white, half black daughter of a dowager. And then shit starts to go from there. But Schrader was talking on it and he was like, this is going to piss people off. But then he also continued to say, like, people are looking for shit to shit on. So, for me, this is probably going to be one of those movies as well. Because people are going to think of this as some, like, weird slave master sexual fantasy, controversial picture. It's just fucking wild.
Yeah, I mean, if the story is real enough, I can look past all that shit. I'm not looking for it. If you're looking for it, of course you're gonna find it. That's why
Yeah.
people retroactively go back and they're like, "Oh, this movie, look how they treated this person."
You don't think The Edge has done enough for this?
You did that
Loving?
movie,
Loving, I believe
Loving.
it's called.
Yeah. Loving, it's called, mate. Respect the
Yeah.
name.
I just don't get it. Like for me, this it's so unrealistic. Like I don't get it.
What's unrealistic?
The romance between the mixed girl. Unless she was the only girl there, I can understand it.
Mm.
But if there was other girls there and he is white, that's what he would want. That's what he would gravitate towards. And if he was a white supremacist for so long, he wouldn't just automatically fall in love with some mixed girl. Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I also think she's white passing.
Right.
Because Sigourney Weaver's her mum, and like they do specify mixed race.
Yeah.
So, like that's probably one of the story elements as well, is that he falls for her, then realizes, hey, you got a black father. Oh shit, this goes against everything. Cue existential crisis. Man's is saved.
Right.
Probably dies.
Then
in the
we
end.
just plug in that clip from Clayton Bixby and and we go from there.
You call it. But from like the article itself, they're saying that this is part of Schrader's trilogy of men who cannot forgive themselves.
Yeah.
Which sounds fucking hilarious when you read it. So maybe like he's gonna realize, and then it's gonna go fucking south from there. It's gonna go the opposite direction to what's expected.
When all this drops on streaming, I'm watching this trilogy. The first Reform, which is supposed to be fucking wild and like crazy. The performance from Hawke in there is supposed to be a clinic.
Really?
Yeah, he got
He's
nominated.
been like recently. He's been doing really, really good work. Though.
Yeah.
Hawke's kind of been like fingers in all pies lately.
Yeah.
Fucking earth. It seems like Hawke's the guy you get because how much are you going to pay Ethan Hawke realistically? I don't think Ethan Hawke got a big price tag. You know what I mean? But Ethan Hawke put in real good work regardless.
Yeah.
Mandem doesn't choose any film though.
True.
It's got to be really, really good for him to sign on to it.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have to work ever again in his life. He made
Yeah.
Training Day. You probably got backhand galore pause off that movie.
Man's got that tripled up from Training Day.
They didn't have any money up front.
Yeah.
Him and Denzel would
True.
have just shared the budget of that movie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Which is
Call
why
that shit Raining Day from now on.
which is why I'm excited for Knives Out 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like the head of the villains.
He plays a good fucking villain, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's range on Ethan Hawke, and I'd rather kind of see him do a bit of everything. That's why I want to go back. I want to watch The Good Lord Bird. I want to watch that First Reform. Even want to watch that Tesla one.
It's supposed to be alright, that Tesla one.
I've heard mixed. I'm not rushing out to see it.
Nah, it's not at the top of my list.
Nah.
It's just sweating. Not that.
Oh, man.
All right, so Miss Flo, also known as Florence Pugh, who plays Yelena in Black Widow. It's rumored that she is coming back to the MCU, but she is going to be the lead in the Thunderbolts movie. Right, so the Thunderbolts movie was announced at the last Comic-Con. So this is Marvel's take on Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
essentially. Right, I don't know how they can still call them the Thunderbolts, seeing how, I mean,
William Hurt.
Vance is dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. See how they
Maybe
go.
they'll just have like someone in a wig. And they'll
God,
just
I
shoot
hope
him from
not.
the back paws.
Jesus. I hope they just say that he died. Like he just had a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
Because he
should.
said he had heart problems. So, yeah.
They set that
Maybe
up
they
in the
started
movie
off with
well.
the funeral and then go from there.
Oh, God.
True.
Well, after Tony died.
But I also think that's I also think
And you're
that's
probably
why,
going to see one in Black Panther 2 as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say hopefully RDJ comes back for that one, but he's dead. There's no way.
It depends on when they said it. He's still alive when Yelena's alive.
Tony.
Yeah. Black Widow hasn't died yet.
But Black Widow died in Endgame.
Yeah. And she's still alive in Black Widow. At the end of Black Widow is still alive because she hasn't died yet in Endgame.
Yeah. But
Yeah. And it's like 5 years then, right?
yeah, but he was blipped. Black
Who
Panther
was
was
blipped?
blipped.
We're talking about Tony.
I know, but Black Panther was blipped. So
Yeah.
therefore, like he would only show up at the end of Endgame. So this could only be set.
We're talking
after
about
Endgame.
Tony setting up the Thunderbolts here.
Yeah, I said RDJ appearing at Black Panther's funeral.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yeah.
That ain't gonna
Jesus.
happen.
That'd be cool if RDJ is in Thunderbolts, but it'd probably be
it makes sense to me to have him set it up. He was the first contact well, second really, if you count Bruce, that started the ball rolling with what's his face, with Thunderbolt Ross.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character, because they've been like.
Well,
setting
she's
her up.
going to take over the Thunderbolts. She will be running them. She'll be the Thunderbolts as Nick Fury.
Yeah, that's why I don't think they'll have Thunderbolt Ross in there, which sucks because you don't get a Red Hulk
Yeah.
unless Son of Hulk's in there.
Yeah, we might get Hulk's son soon anyway. But he could be red, depending on who the Hulk banged over in Shannara, I want to say. What's it called?
Sakaar.
Sakaar.
Shannara.
The Shannara
I
Chronicles.
swear you've called Sakaar every planet except for Sakaar.
It's just one of those names.
Who thinks of this shit?
Cigar.
Sakaar.
you,
Seagal.
you got a very punchable face.
All right, so Mark Rylance,
Mm.
who's fire, and Steven Spielberg are teaming up again, but this time it's for TV. So
It's
they're
war.
working on this show, which will focus on the Battle of, fuck, here we go, the Battle of Homestead. So this happened in 1892. It was a fucking labor dispute. This shit is wild because how they handled labor disputes back in the day sounds like gangs of New York. Um, It was set at the Pennsylvania Carnegie Steel Company, and it led to this battle between the striking steel workers and security officers working for the Pinkertons.
Mm. Okay, so this is still Old West time then,
Yeah,
because the Pinkertons were operating back then. They would guarantee the money, and that's why they would what's his face transport the money as well.
yeah. So it's like close to that turn of the century, and it's this thing that kind of happened that was a major setback because then steelworkers couldn't unionize after that.
Mm. It's like Red Dead. It's at that Red Dead time
Yeah,
where the West is almost done.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
It's now the
I like
Tame
that.
West.
Yeah, I like that time period though,
yeah,
Yeah.
because you still had like just the old guard still hanging around.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And then people trying to sort of live both like dual lives as well,
mm,
right? So they were cowboys, and now they're sort of higher up there now, and they've made a little money, and
yeah.
or they've invested their money that they've stolen. Yeah,
Or they're trying to go straight.
yeah,
always think of like William Money, like
yeah,
Unforgiven,
yeah.
and him trying to forget the past that he kind of comes from, but
Mm,
then the one last job, or
yeah.
like he has to resort to that to protect his family. I like those stories. It's
Yeah,
Logan
Yeah.
as well.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
those stories are perfect because they're almost like the intros for every single fucking character in a Guy Ritchie movie. Where like they seem like normal gentlemen, but then it's like you say the wrong thing and they just fuck you up.
When did they make a TV series of Snatch?
Years ago, I think.
Fucking what?
You know them hits
Like
is on Stan.
2-3 years ago. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's cancelled now though.
It's
Fucking
done.
Rupert Grint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like 3 seasons, I think, on Stan. It must be doing all right.
Jesus,
Yeah,
I would never watch it.
me neither. The trailer looks all right though.
Does it?
Yeah.
Alright.
This
Might have
was
to
a
give it a
Sony
look then.
This was a fucking Crackle original.
Jesus, that was Crackle. Another
I
dead
know.
remnant of the streaming wars.
No. Fucking hell. R.I.P. to Crackle. What do you call it? So with Warner Brothers Discovery and Zaslav doing his crazy search, there were rumors out there that Dan Lin was the front runner to take the gig as like to run the DC film and TV set over there. So he was going to be the Kevin Feige. Now all those rumors are set to rest because Dan Lin's come out just saying, "Look, we didn't come to terms with anything, any agreements, so we've decided to part ways on the idea of me being that front runner or being that person for that role." Um, Saying that as well with the news, they're saying that they're not really pressed to find anyone just yet because Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi are still doing their thing over there anyway.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think
wonder what
they're
happened.
waiting.
Sorry. Dave.
I don't think he was ever on the cards.
Mm.
Zaslav has a very specific plan that he's trying to execute. I think he's honestly waiting for Kevin Smith to finish his Clerks run, Clerks promotional run,
I hope so.
and then we'll hear.
I I've been thinking a lot about Zaslav lately. Dude,
Mm,
dude. Um, and I don't think he's as bad a guy as we made him out to be.
I don't think so either.
I I also think like while he's killing the DC extended universe at the moment by rooting out a lot of these films, and at present, there's a lot of people that are like, why did you do that to Batgirl? Why did you like kill these properties? Why aren't you picking up Cape Crusader? When he wants to tell a pretty unified story through there and not have it go through the lapses that it has in the past.
It,
So
it
it's a good
Go
things
on.
like take time.
That's right.
Mm.
There was no plan when Iron Man was made.
Mm.
No plan, right? It's only after Iron Man 2 hit as well that they had a plan, because that's when they introduced that stinger that nobody saw in the cinema, because I didn't see it in the cinema.
Which one? In
Nobody.
Iron Man 1?
Iron
Or
Man 2.
which one?
The
Thor
what's his
stinger.
no, the Iron Man 2 ends with him saying that he wants to set up the Avengers.
That's Iron Man 1.
Oh.
Iron Man 1, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it was two shots in the dark from separate fucking studios.
Yeah.
Marvel just like these are the only two cards we have.
Yeah.
Iron Man, a B list like superhero,
Hmm.
and the Hulk. And the Hulk was probably more of a draw than Iron Man.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, people are claiming now that that Hulk movie is a masterpiece.
Yeah. Fuckers always come in at the end of the show. You know what I mean? Loved it.
Yeah, but it's only
Yeah.
because they don't fuck with She-Hulk. That's what I don't get. That's what I don't understand, God. It's only because you don't fuck with She-Hulk that this Hulk movie now is great. And you hate the other Hulks now. What the
Th-
fuck is wrong with these people?
These is the same O's who said they hated the Incredible Hulk when it first came out, and then they Bobby Flay spun out into the fucking bathroom and came back with a Team Hulk cap on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's exactly what the fuck happened. Turncoats. That's all they are.
I
Whereas
like what Zaslav is doing.
same,
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
same.
The fact that he is trying to unify it so that there is no Snyderverse, there's nothing. So that they can go forward. You can't go anywhere now.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
And I think you have to disappoint the fandom. At some point you
For
have
now.
to piss them off so that you can reorient and
Yeah.
get that momentum going again. Because once it starts, I think it will be like the MCU, but have its own flavor. And I think that's what Zaslav is looking for. He sees the potential in something.
He needs to open it up with a Superman movie.
Oof.
It's been how long since we had a standalone Superman
Yeah.
movie now? Man of Steel came out in 2000 what?
Jesus. Man of
12?
Fuck.
Steel would have been 2000 and I want to say 10 or
13.
12, 2013.
2000. It's been nearly 10 years since a standalone Superman movie's come out, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's too long.
No
And before,
way. Sorry. Sorry. No, I just couldn't believe it. You could.
yeah.
No, but then, yeah. Sorry.
All right, so supposedly everyone is vying for this brand new IP that's coming out. Um, they think it's going to be the next big fantasy thing. So it's not Lord of the Rings. It's not bloody, some other fantasy stuff. Game of Thrones. It's a never-ending story.
Oh,
Now I don't know if you guys have heard about the never-ending story, but they already made a fucking movie about this shit already. They made a fucking sequel too. I think they also made a third sequel about the fucking Rockbiter's son.
yeah.
Like,
The pillow biter.
God, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with these people, man.
Yeah. I don't
Why are
understand it
we
either.
rehashing the never-ending story Wolfgang just died. He just died.
Turning in his grave now.
Badly. Anyway, supposedly several studios are claimed to be vying for this property. You'll probably end up where was the first Neverending Story? Over at Paramount or something.
Yeah, it might have been. Might have
It's a
been
wonder
like
they
Paramount,
didn't.
Sony.
Yeah, it's a wonder they didn't keep those rights.
Yeah, maybe because they haven't made a movie in so long that it just reverted back.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because the Neverending Story popularity was like here, then it just like
Yeah, because the filmmakers didn't take the subject matter seriously.
not for the second
Wolf,
one.
not for the second one. No, Wolfgang took it seriously.
Yeah, that motherfucker did it right. Like I
It's just-
remember being young and being scared of that movie.
I was
Which is-
terrified of Gamork.
Yeah, but just the whole tone of it.
Yeah.
Like I hated those fucking rock biters. Like that
Yeah.
scared like their faces and everything. It scared the shit out of me.
But what about what's his face? Artax dies in the first like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
They took the O's horse away from him.
yeah, and that was a traumatic scene.
He just dies. He just drowns essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was Atreyu's only and best friend.
Yeah.
Loses him. That's why I always name my horse Artax in fucking Red Dead. Never forget my friend.
All right, our last piece of news there. So, the classic story of Youngblood is being reimagined for modern times. So, the original starred Rob Lowe. It had Keanu Reeves in there. What were some of the other players in there?
What do you mean? The star of this movie is not Youngblood, even though it's named after him. It's my man Swayze.
It is. That's the main reason.
Mm-hmm.
Youngblood was wild because doesn't that housekeeper just bang all the boys in that house?
Yeah. Those boys were 17 years old.
Things are different in Canada.
You're right,
It's a filmmaker Charles Officer who directed A Killer's Escape, and who actually played professional hockey with the Calgary Flames farm team. He's going to direct the project, right?
Okay.
And it's based on a script by Josh Epstein, Carl Rideout, which is a wild last name, Seneca Aaron, and Charles Officer himself jumping in the screenplay. Officer on the track. So this update is going to switch out the rural farmhand incarnation that Rob Lowe played for an African American hockey prodigy. So the motherfucker's like great already. And the plan is to shoot
Prodigy.
early next year. Yeah, I mean, cool, but the idea of Youngblood was that he showed potential, but he hadn't yet reached his potential. And that's where Swayze comes in, because he's like more the old guard that's there to sort of bring him up to that level and make him understand things that isn't part of hockey.
So he had hockey skills. He had skills in the game. He was really, really good. He could move and shoot and everything.
Yeah.
But he didn't know how to play proper hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No cunt about him.
Yeah. Literally no cunt about him. Swayze had to teach him how to fight. And actually, like, it's almost like, it's Rocky on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a love story. I
Yeah.
always remember that kiss at the end there, and he's missing a tooth, and he's like, ow! But like that was the thing. It wasn't the game at the end of the movie. It was him like, I'm ready to fuck shit up right at the end there.
Yeah. Is it Youngblood where he scoots behind and kicks the puck with his back leg like that to keep it moving and then starts going?
Yeah,
That's some
how
mad
he
cunt shit.
starts- That's how he starts the what's his face, because they're in a penalty shootout.
That's the bombing run.
Comes round like that and
the original was shot beautifully.
Mm,
Like they
Yeah.
used slow-mo well.
yeah. But some of the hits as well that they were doing looked real. Like,
Yeah, it did.
I wonder who they're going to get to play Raki. He
Hopefully,
was like that bad guy on the other team. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Puts Swayze in a coma.
yeah. That's
Mm.
he sticked
Does
him.
too.
Hey,
Yeah.
sticked him
Fucking
without the helmet on.
Yeah.
Well, he hits the helmet off first and then lays him out.
what do you call it? Thinking about it, Goon is like reverse Youngblood. He knows how to fight, but he doesn't play hockey very well. He was just the enforcer the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Did you guys saw that picture, yeah, of that guy's face? It was before they instituted face guards into hockey for the goalies.
No
So they
way.
used to play hockey without face masks, obviously. This guy's face is crazy, man.
We've just been
Yeah.
crated.
Just divots and whatnot through his face.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
Think of running scared when he copped the puck to the face like that.
Mhm.
Oh,
All right. That's all the news
Mm.
for the week. All right. What are you guys watching at the moment?
Mm. I gotta watch hopefully 2 episodes of Mike.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
other than that, I finished off the first season of that Dirty John show with Eric Banner.
Hmm.
Good.
That shit was fucking wild, dog. My God. This guy really was just a dirtier. Like, he was like swindling fucking everyone. So he would have like a relationship and then get into another relationship with someone in another fucking state and then take all their fucking money. He would get married to them legally and then just take the fucking money in a fucking thingy in the divorce and shit like that. Or he'd jump in front of cars. His father was teaching him how to do all this shit. Who's that? Oh, fucking Nucky Thompson's brother in Boardwalk.
Mm.
He's the
Shea Wiggum?
dad. Yeah, Shea Wiggum. He plays fucking
yeah.
Banner's dad in there, just teaching him how to
Jesus.
do all this dirty shit. But it was fucking rough, this show, man. I pissed myself laughing. Because so he built the space between the mom and the daughter. The daughter was like, I want my birth certificate right now. And then this just sends a video to the daughter of him holding the birth certificate and just spitting all over it. And it was actually Banner fucking spitting on that birth certificate.
That's wild, man.
Fucking golden. But no, it was a good show. There's just a lot of fucked up shit in there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Beto was stealing fentanyl from all the hospitals as well. Pretended to be an anesthetologist or whatever,
Yeah.
Mm.
and was stealing all the fentanyl and just getting high. Fucking, it's next level. The next season has Christian Slater in there though. I want to see that shit.
New story though, isn't it?
Yeah, completely different story.
It's like dirtier John.
Filthy
Filthy John. The fucking thingy. So finished that, and now I've got a few other like docos that I want to watch on Netflix, some murder docos and shit like that. There's that tapes of fucking John Gacy that's on there.
Yeah.
Want to check that out, and then fucking I'm watching Mike, like the big dog.
John Gacy. What a fucking dirtbag. You know the only reason they found that is because he was doing renos on his fucking basement and they found fucking bones in the basement. What a dickhead.
Jesus.
Fucking burying
Rookie
the kids
mistake.
in the basement. Fucking disgusting.
Is he the clowno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who, what's his face based Pennywise on.
Yeah. The only thing that I got to watch this week was The Patient.
Hmm.
So this was episode 3. This was the one where it revealed who was upstairs, and it ended up being the O's mom.
Oh.
Yeah, but she
Yes.
knows about the whole thing.
Oh, she's in
Oh.
cahoots.
Yeah, she's like, I want him to stop and everything. So Steve Carell's like, well, the thing that might help is if we have family therapy. So it's Steve Carell, the therapist, with the killer and his mom. and it just seems like there's a lot of issues with the father, and this guy's like trying to fight back against his father through killing people because it's like Lecter, where it's the rude that triggers him, and then he's got to like sort him out.
So in theory, if you were like extremely nice to Hannibal, he wouldn't kill you.
I don't think so.
But what if you did something really small? Like you put the forks the other way around, would that be enough to trigger like
I think so.
I'm gonna eat you now. I'm gonna eat you.
Hey, yeah.
Cheeks
Pause.
first.
The Hannibal liquor.
I'm pretty sure he would kill you for that.
I reckon he would too.
He killed Edo because he was playing off key.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds very petty. Very, very petty.
He was just finding reasons at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man tied his shoes with bunny ears. I got to kill him.
Yeah.
So it also overlays like this memory that Carell's character has of his wife playing a song at his son's wedding. Now his son goes like full traditional Jewish, and apparently women aren't allowed to sing at the ceremony. And his wife is like a guitar player who taught his son, and she sings a song, and then all the Jewish men kind of just. But the whole time Carell's there, he's looking at his son because he sees his son as rebellious, and this is a way for him to sort of almost like get back at his son. I don't know if he's processing all of this at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Steve Carell got his own shit going on, and now he therapizing himself.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of meditating through all these days that he's there. It's a really slow moving show at the moment. Like there's nothing happening too engrossing. You know what I mean? Everything's everything's intentionally done. They're showing you little bits and little bits and little, which makes me think that there's this big reveal that's going to kind of happen, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride to the finish because there's all this unraveling that has to happen.
Yeah,
which is usually the case in these sort of slow moving shows.
It also depends on how many episodes there is, man.
There's 10 for this show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we're a third of the way through. Now we've got the characters down. The next act is going to be like the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good. I'm still in 3 episodes.
I told myself, fuck it, I'll watch What's His Face this week. There's nothing else to watch. She-Hulk.
Oh, I was back on the train.
I'll see.
Hopped off a little bit.
If Matt Murdock shows up, then I'll stay.
That's what you're waiting for, huh?
That's what I'm waiting for. I also saw like What's His Face come up on my phone, and was like some interesting stuff from there. Yeah.
The way that I kind of look at it, and it was some TikToks that actually shifted my perspective on She-Hulk. It's the female version of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's that sort of comedy. I remember last week you were like, she's a fucking lawyer. Why are they acting so dumb? But then in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they're like, Jake is a cop, but he's a dumb cunt.
This is American cops. They're dumb. Compared to Australian cops, they are dumb.
I know.
There's
These guys are supposed to be like the best, like the detectives, you know what I mean? That's a promotion in there.
You know, all you have to do to get in to be a detective is do a test. That's it.
Jesus.
But there's
It's
also
nothing about
there's
proving
also
yourself.
a selection process and like you got to have good rapport at that bureau as well.
What do you call it? It's a written test for your ranks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say you want to move up to sergeant, you don't go out and put in the hard yards. You write a test. How the hell does a test determine how much money you're going to get paid and your rank? This is wild to me.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they got away with singing a fucking Backstreet Boys song. You know what I mean? Like like the way that I've kind of been looking at She-Hulk is it should be a certain way because it's female. But
Right.
I gotta kind of just let it breathe. It's just got to be its own thing.
Let it sit there for a bit.
I gotta accept it. You know what I mean? I almost think, hey, you're a woman. How do you want to be portrayed? As opposed to women can also be silly. It's like when Kumail was saying that,
Nanjani?
yeah,
Yeah.
Nanjani was saying that, you know, a lot of people think that Muslims can't have fun, but then he wants to put a website together just called Muslims Having Fun and them on roller coasters and shit and her hijab and all that.
People have no idea how fun Muslims are, though.
If
Bro.
your weddings are on a Friday, you ready for fun, my friend? That's the whole weekend.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That wedding does go on the whole weekend because it's traditional wedding Friday, and then the proper wedding Saturday, and then everyone does it
True.
again on Sunday. Like they're wild boys, man.
But yeah,
There's a,
that's the lens I'm looking at She-Hulk at now.
Right.
you know, there's an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Jake goes into the captain's office and the captain's like, I've got the hardest job in the world for you to do. You got to babysit fucking Hitchcock while he's waiting to do a review at the court because he gets startled real easy and they start having this mad fucking argument because Jake doesn't want to do it. And you see Hitchcock coming, he was like, the screaming made me so scared. I poured these 2 jars of pasta sauce all over myself. And you see him just fucked up.
Jesus. What's the place?
Oh, fuck.
There was another thing that you watched this week.
What was it?
Game of Thrones.
House of the Dragon. You know what I
Yes,
didn't ask you,
it
Oz?
was.
How do you feel about it having the Game of Thrones theme song at the start?
I don't like it.
Me neither. And I find that it's too much dick riding for Game of Thrones. Like I
I
really wanted it to be its own thing, whereas Game of Thrones, that whole opening told like a nice little story there. And it's
Yeah.
just kind of just like, hey, Game of Thrones, you remember Game of Thrones? That's all
Yeah.
it says to me.
I thought like in that first episode it was gonna what's his face? They were gonna use that slower theme at the start that they used. That's what I thought they were gonna use over
Yeah.
that.
Or
That makes
use,
sense with all the blood and whatnot moving through the city.
yeah. Or use Daenerys' fucking theme song,
Oh damn it, yeah.
which would it just would have made more sense because they do use notes of it in the show as well,
Mm,
especially with Rhaenyra.
mm.
But another banger of an episode this week for House of the Dragon there.
Well, last week there was like quite a lot of fuckery.
This week they maintained the fuckery.
Yeah.
That king needs to get certain. Like, no wonder that guy murdered half the kingdom. You know what I mean? Burnt his place to the ground.
Who's this? Aegon?
Yeah.
Aegon, I should call him.
Because he's like surrounded by these fucking weirdos.
Yeah, but everyone's trying to bloody what's his face play their own game.
Yeah.
That's what gets hard. That's why the hardest, the best job you could probably have in that kingdom is the hand.
That motherfucker, you see a mile coming.
Yeah,
That Reese Ifans, you see his intentions straight away. And I think that's why the king just moves him to the side. You do whatever you want. It's that other motherfucker, that Sam Altali looking cunt.
Fuck, I hate Dado.
He's a fucking sly little bastard.
Dado's a snake, dog.
He is. He really is. I don't know what house he's from, but I pucks them motherfuckers.
He he's playing the game a little bit better than the hand, though.
Yeah, yeah. I almost think they in cahoots. I'll spike, and
Hmm.
you take him down. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? I'll set and you spike. That's what I wanted to say. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But then I don't know if Dado, like, because some of the stuff he did rule against the hand on. But I think Dado is in Colias's pocket,
Yeah, I think so too.
like hard out, like you the marry the daughter and what's his face, and you take all the riches and all that sort of
Hmm.
stuff, or like marry off your daughter and then you still get that stuff. Like yeah,
Yeah,
he's playing a different game.
yeah, yeah. Every choice has been for the Valerians.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Finally got to see our first Lannisters.
yeah, the
The,
twin
the,
Lannisters.
the twin Lannisters. So which one is Tywin's dad? One of them is Tywin's dad, obviously, because Tywin was there. He was the hand of the king when what's his face? When
Or
Aegon went
Aegon.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be the cocky one.
Let's see.
Um,
Oh, I don't know. Well, the Tywin seems very relaxed and calculating compared to the
true.
brashness of Thailand. I think it is.
Unless his like because the other guy sat on the king's council, that was his immediate in to be hand of the king.
Mm, mm,
Maybe it is the one that sits on the council.
yeah,
Um,
could be.
there's also that the snake guy that sits on the council. He kind of said, "Well, marry Laenor, marry her off."
Yeah.
So, like, you see Laenor Valerion at the end of the episode
Mm,
riding that dragon and shit. So I don't
yeah.
know if they're building that character up because you hadn't seen it before.
No.
They're building that character up to then be a sort of love triangle there. Because Rhaenyra obviously wants that Tristan Cole.
Yeah. Sir Tristan. Mm.
Um,
Indeed.
immediately.
It was it was funny seeing them. What's his face? Prepare that stag and everything for the king, and
Yeah.
him having difficulty trying to kill it. Them promising that it's like 32 stone and it's white, just like the the animal for your son's naming day and everything, and then it showing up for Rhaenyra and
Yeah.
her refusing to kill it.
I thought the king was gonna die in that scene.
I thought so too.
Did you see
I
the
thought it,
little Baratheon?
yeah, I got that feel. I thought the Lannisters was gonna pull some shit there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Slimy fuckers.
Yeah, but either way, like they don't have there's no power there yet, right? All the power, it just means that Rhaenyra becomes what's his face queen straight away,
Yeah.
and then she would dictate who she marries. Then
Yeah. But she would have to marry.
she would
That's
have
the
to
thing.
marry. Yeah.
She has to.
Mm.
So I guess the tact that they can.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said I'm pretty sure like the strategy that they're gonna use is like just to throw all these options at her,
Hmm.
and then she will fall in love with someone by their design.
I think she will fall in love with someone. I don't think she'll get to keep that person. It's Game of Thrones. That person is more than likely going to die.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
almost think that Sir Tristano, he's gonna die
Oh yeah.
because they're gonna they're gonna fall in love, and then she's gonna have to marry someone else,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and then
And
it'll
it won't.
be her breaking out of those chains.
Yeah, it won't. It won't be a Lannister. I think Tywin says something about them planning this for years, right? I think when after Joffrey dies, I think him talking to Cersei about marrying off was it Tommen to Marjorie or whatever it is,
Mm.
and he's talking about how they've had this plan in play for years now. So it won't be a Lannister that you know that she marries. I think it's going to be Daemon.
It's just gross. These
It,
others are
they
wild.
say in the what's his face, it's not. It wasn't uncanny for them to marry into yeah.
Yeah,
But
it,
what's his face, Daemon went fucking god mode this week.
he did. He really did.
Yeah,
Just needed that the little impetus. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Little little something to get him going. Pause.
yeah. He's needed a little help from his brother.
That was mad though. I did
Mm.
like that because it was like, "Fuck you, I'll do it on my own."
Yeah, yeah. He
I don't need
Thanos
your
it.
help.
Yeah, he just Thanos it. Well, I guess I'll do it myself. Well, what's his face? That was cool, man. But like we were saying, we don't know if now he gets dragon scale.
Yeah, yeah, because
He's,
he does want to get into the king's favor,
mm,
but it's almost like he just like I want to do it on my own steam
yeah,
without your help because that's not a victory to me.
I reckon what's his face that Corlias is putting his faith in Damon too much. I think Damon is gonna kill that man
Yeah,
straight up. He's gonna kill his son, and he's the cousin or whatnot is just I don't know what she's gonna do after that.
he's gonna have to pick that side. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Because there is a massive battle coming up called the Dance of Dragons,
Mm,
and that is the war between Daemon and Rhaenyra.
mm,
So there'll be a whole lot of side choosing there.
mm.
There, like, can you believe that those O's was fighting like that in the caves and those beach sieges for like 3 years?
Yeah,
Like that's the other big thing that happened in this episode was that massive time jump.
yeah. There was a time jump. Yeah,
Like 3 years, King was busy, just
quite
knocking his
busy.
woman up.
Yeah, twice. Yeah, I like that little exchange between them at the end though, where he tells her to marry out of love.
Yeah,
Yeah, and gives her the choice. That was nice.
I I kind of feel like we need more of that though.
Mm,
More of them together and to see the inner workings of that relationship
mm,
because you just see a lot of the spite and the distance and everything,
yeah,
but what are the conversations like when they're in the same room?
yeah. It's a lot of smarm.
Yeah, the smom just like they just turned it up to 10.
Yeah, but yeah. It was
I'm
a really
liking it
good
though.
episode this week. Like I'm
Yeah,
liking it so really liking it so far.
and Damon done killed that crab feeder too.
Jesus, it happens off screen,
Yeah,
but mate, dragged him out there by his entrails and everything.
fuck, for
He's a
food for the
wild,
crabs.
wild boy.
It's crazy the way he killed him. Like it was across the torso, like one
Yeah,
arm and head. That's all
yeah.
he dragged out.
Hmm.
Um, before that, we get to see another dragon as well. So we've seen, I think, Caraxes and Rhaenyra's dragon, but then we've seen Sea Smoke, which is a completely different dragon that Laenor was riding
Mm,
and just like destroying everyone.
yeah,
Those dragons are a bit weird though. Like
they look funny, eh?
their hind legs move very weirdly.
Yeah,
Like they
noticed that
kind of
too.
drag and
Yeah.
turn. It's like, you know, those skateboards from back in the day with two sides.
Yeah. It's weird how different those dragons are to Danny's dragon.
Yeah.
It's almost like a completely different breed. Like those
Yeah.
dragons that Danny had are from what's his face? From that area. You know
Mm.
what I mean? Like it's different regions, and each dragon would be different in a region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Danny's dragons are like, they're thicker. They're more your classic dragon. Whereas this almost seems like a sea dragon
Yeah,
type
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Overall, I liked it.
Hmm.
I liked it. All right. That is a wrap on everything. Follow us on all social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, round the clock. We're there. Um, what else? Watch us live on Sunday for 100th episode,
Hmm.
turn of the century episode
Hmm.
happening
Sure.
then. Um, what else? Yeah, follow us on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. It helps us out, helps us get closer to our goal. Yeah. And we will be back next week with the midweek review, or this Sunday, whichever one you want to come chill out and hang out. Let us know.
Hopefully both.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Catch up on all the news and shit.
Hmm.
But yeah, as always, love yourself, love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.